This is the garden that almost wasn't. I'm gonna go see what I can pick out of here today, and I'll share with you what I find. These are turnip greens or collard greens. I can't remember which ones. And after so long, they kind of just get bitter, but I left them in to continue to grow. I did pluck from them from time to time, but I left them for the beetles to eat, which worked wonderfully. They are attacking this instead of my peppers and my other plants. This year is the year of peppers for me, and although I have many plants, a lot of them are doing well. There are some that just sort of seems to have stayed dormant, but that's okay. I have lots. And then I have some, if not most of these actually, are going to stay on the plant this year while they change the colors to fully ripen. So I'm excited for that. These are my sweet potatoes. They're starting to flower. Although I have a decent sized patch, they did not do as well compared to the whole area I planted them. But that's okay. August in the garden. Definitely need to weed, but this is the time of year where I tend to just say forget about it. Some eggplants. Delicata. I have many butternut squash. As you can see, I have an awful lot of tomatoes that come out of the garden. If you've got tomatoes growing, I know you feel the same pressure of trying to get them preserved. So whatever still needed to ripen, I allow to ripen on the table. And then the other ones I will sort through. I will wash them and core them and get them into a freezer bag to keep in the freezer until I'm ready to process them over the winter. I don't do anything special with the skins. I remove the skins during the thawing process when I am getting ready to actually preserve them. You just take them straight from the freezer, plunge them into a sink full of water, and those skins will slip right off. So the small bag that I had of tomatoes that were well more than ripe, I am going to put these into the freezer. I will keep adding to them as they come on. Pink banana squash is going to go into the pantry. I've never tried it, first time growing it. I'm really excited to see how we enjoy it this year because that size absolutely blew us away. The patty pan squash, I'm going to preserve another day. I feel like I've done nothing but preserve patty pan squash all season long. I grew more than I intended to because my seed starts ended up not being labeled. And I just threw everything into the ground and figured out, I would eventually figure out what I was growing. Same with yellow squash, yellow zucchini, and the green zucchini. These I'm going to get washed up, and I'm going to show you here how I am choosing to get these preserved and in my pantry. You can see my puppy Sadie's in and out of that kitchen with me. She thinks I'm preparing food for her even though she ate dinner probably a couple hours ago. I am getting some peppers chopped up. I'm getting this prepped for the chicken tortilla soup that I canned, and I do have a video on that that's already up on my channel. So if you are a new canner specifically, that video would be really good for you to go watch. It's an in-depth, step-by-step tutorial on canning chicken tortilla soup. So I'm getting those washed up, and these are just going to go into the fridge for tomorrow. Here is where I already ran a batch of the yellow zucchini, yellow squash, and green zucchini. I put them through my dehydrator. I have 6 trays. And I'm able to run that while also getting my freeze dryer running during this very busy harvest season. So I like dehydrating squash and really most things because when you dehydrate, a lot of times those items get smaller and you can pack a whole lot into one jar. Whereas a freeze dryer, you really do not lose size. In fact, there are some things that sort of get bigger when you freeze dry them. And so they do tend to take up more space. And here I'm going to show you the difference between the two. In the jar is the freeze dryer, in my hand is the dehydrator. Now I will be back again to show you some more preservation methods that I'm doing this August for the Every Bit Counts Challenge. And I hope to see you again while I'm in my kitchen prepping all the food that I've been growing to store up into my pantry for the winter time. I hope to see you again soon.